Hey everybody, this is Rhino and we're back to Cube 2. Let's continue. So we turned on this computer, which I guess means we are just set to go to this next room. I assume this is the right direction. Yeah, I guess it is, because we're in a point where there's only one puzzle per room. Yeah. Okay. I took barely a 1.5 hour break between last recording and this recording, and I already got turned around. Alright, we're bringing back fans. So I can imagine fans with oil and balls working together would potentially mean a lot. Like, that could change how things work. Let's go ahead and assume that we're supposed to do that, because we need, I think, if I was to guess, we need this to go that direction first. Let's see what that does. Opens that part. Then the next part of this will involve, I think, it getting a little bit oiled up, and might be a cube that needs to be oiled up. Let's see what else we've got over here. And there's a computer over there to interact with. And I guess we're still looking around, trying to see if there are any collectibles. Wouldn't it be weird if this game really was like, the collectibles are actually weeds, and you have to weed eat the planet? Like, that would be the kind of collectible that, like, almost nobody would ever find. Right. So I'm thinking this with that down. Well, no, that just jumped right over the edge. How am I supposed to get over there? Oh, I guess just jump. Might be the easiest way for that to happen. Okay. Let's ask this question. If I don't stop it, it does feel like it. Aw. I could have done that. That would have worked right then and there. So, coat this in oil, jump on the oily cube, jump up here, go ahead and stand here. I guess I can't quite do that. I have to hit this first and then stand on this. And then the ball's just going to come slowly rolling the cube to start it on fire. And that'll just open the door. And unless there was another part of the puzzle, which there isn't.
We share, hopeful that others could see what we see, that others would achieve true life and understand the universe.
So, yeah, it just feels like that a humanoid-esque alien species, something biological at least, at one time existed. They turned themselves into the Borg, and then they started sending out seeds of their technology around the planet, around the universe, to different planets, and when any single one of these cubes, I imagine, made it to a planet, it was more than enough to start a transformation process to assimilate the entire populace and put them all together. Perhaps there was some form of incompatibility with the human species, and that might have caused the disaster that's happening now, or maybe there was no incompatibility at all, and this is just what happened thousands of years later. Or perhaps there was some counter effort bigger than what we saw in the first game. Because at the end of the first game, you definitely are given the impression that everybody succeeded. There's like no problems. It was a total success. But I find that kind of hard to believe to be true. Alright, so if I hit this backwards and then pull it forwards, this would roll up this direction and then roll back. That would allow me to set it on fire. Is there then some reason? Because I need the ball. Right. I'm gonna run this direction and hope this starts it on fire. Right, so now that rolls this way. And in what way does that help? I don't think it really does. And yeah, there's kind of nothing up there. And there's definitely nothing up there. Okay. Okay. Is this perhaps just an incredibly slow experience where this is going to start on fire and then slowly work its way? I think all the oil will probably be burnt out before it even makes it. Yeah. And moving doesn't allow the cube, like the ball doesn't move. Interesting. And shooting it with oil also doesn't give it any propulsion. I found another way to break one of those. I think this probably is what I'm supposed to do. Just jump over here, light this on fire. As soon as that starts on fire, jump over here, light that on fire, and hope that that rolls that far. That was a 3-stage process.
You grew from our knowledge. Forgotten now. You became what you are because of us. We created who you are. False learners.
False learners. Interesting concept of a phrase. I wonder if he's talking about humans, though, or if he's talking about me personally, because I might be a robot. I'm still betting on that being a possibility. Or maybe we are actually in the past of Earth. The blue sky would kind of contradict that, but if we were before humans as a species ever existed in the past, that would be weird. I'm still also suspecting a time travel angle here, but the game is not really given any, not even a slight hint that that's the case. But that would be a nice twist that I would write. Is that you solve all these puzzles and then you have a Shadow of the Colossus type ending where the entire game turns out to be a prequel to Eco. I don't know if that's really a reference that is as well understood these days as it used to be, or it would have been. So this, I want to just see what this bounces. Well, it definitely doesn't bounce there. So these are kind of useless. Attempt number 2 looks like it would land. So then all we need to do is wow, that is very orange. That is very, very orange. Look at the lower right hand corner color versus just what color that is because of all the lighting effects. I think a lot of this is just DirectX 12. Quite frankly, not being as well programmed to it as it should be. So I need to figure out how to activate that. And honestly, I don't think I really need to do anything else. So just pull that out and do that and didn't land in fire. Interesting. No. I've got to move this out of the way. I must have just not moved fast enough. Moved too fast. Move that back. Let's make sure this is on fire. Put this there. Start that. While we're here, we'll even do that much. Can I make that jump? Not quite. We'll have to figure out a way to get over there eventually. But I could probably do that in a couple different ways. What are our other colors? Blue and green. So unless there was something I was doing with the green, I think we're fine. Step off of this. Get this fully coated in oil. Step on this. And like, yeah, it really feels like it only can go far enough. And this is more timing based than I would have thought. I have to step off. And then step back on. Okay. Click this jump here. Step on this. Come over here. Hit that. No. Not right. So I'm gonna have to keep the edge of the screen slightly visible to see when the thing starts on fire. Once it's on fire, jump over here, do that, jumped up here. Hope, yeah, it's not making it. What would happen if we were to do this and then switch this to this? Kinda nothing. And this will hit me up to this point, so I don't need to worry about that. I've got that. Oh! Super easy. Super, super easy. If I just turn around and look. Actually, there's kind of no reason not to just power that one completely. And put that out of the way, jump off, start again. So as soon as this starts on fire, we can just kind of delete it and then hopefully pull that out fast enough. And that's good enough. That's all we really needed. The next one will work now that we've got that flame. Well, actually that may not work because it just got slightly coated. So we will have to make sure it's fully coated, fully saturated, and then we can just pull that out. The idea of false learners, or creating robots to solve puzzles just because you felt the need to teach to something and there was nothing to teach, well, there was nobody to teach knowledge to, is a sad computer idea.
You're saying you created this?
Not created, enabled.
Is that why you came back? To right a wrong?
We did not. We came to bestow more, to enlighten further.
Then why this? Why won't you tell me?
Returns the way you awoke.
I like the writing here, just having the character you're playing as ask the basic obvious options of like, why are you making me jump through all these hoops? Why are you making me solve all these puzzles? Why don't you just tell me the answers? Wouldn't be much of a game if they did just tell you all the answers, certainly, but there is something to be said also for the character, the player character, not just immediately accepting that. Now, is this an actual load, or is this just a transition? It's an actual load. I kind of get the load here, because this is bringing us back to the central area, but there's not much at the central area. We've now activated these two. This is a teleporter, and we can't go back that way, and there's nowhere else. So either this is going to teleport us somewhere else, or we're at the end of the game. If we're at the end of the game, then it's gone pretty well. It's been long enough, unless they really wanted to play with a few more concepts. I could be okay with what's happening here. Notice that the water does not show any reflections. You could have programmed it to show reflections, certainly, but maybe that is a story reason why it doesn't show reflections. So we get teleported again. And I assume that's not just going to be the end of the game. So now we're on the next chapter called Ruined. It's weird that I could back up a little bit further than where I was. And it's just a purplish hue.
I've been here before.
This is where we fell.
Fell to earth.
So I'm...
Each of these terminals, they hold our final memories before here. Activate them and power my roots. I will bestow a gift to you. A gift that shall allow us to leave your home and restore humanity as it was. You shall understand.
So maybe, like, at the beginning of the game, or in the middle of the game, they talked about how I was in a helicopter going to a dig site. This looks like a very human dig site. And we've got little computer roots. And we've got a black wall section. Again, it feels like if this is the end of the game, which it very well might be, you're not given much of a choice. You either do it or you don't.
Our body and mind left our home in search of our children. We wandered 40 billion years, learning more of the universe, learning more of being.
So I guess the general idea is that these cubes were from the spaceship, whereas these wall cubes were not.
Our knowledge and our wisdom. It is not enough to halt the natural order. Our planet was dying. We were dying.
I guess I could throw out another theory that could be that I'm just hallucinating all of these comments and not really receiving them in the communication chamber. I'm just crazy, but that wouldn't be much of a story, really.
We were hurt by you, broken down and broken apart. This is why we are here. This is your design.
You mimic what you touch, don't you? To gather knowledge, to survive. But you won't mimic life. That's why you're dying.
We protect the natural order. We know that you are a weak child, Amelia. We know your denial and your search for truth. You have a future. A future to right the wrongs of humanity.
How could you know that? Not even Robert knew. What do you want me to do?
If they were gonna spin this revelation that she's pregnant, there were plenty of times when I fell down and I could have, just vomited, and that could have been morning sickness. You could have, there could have easily been points where you spoke out loud and said, I shouldn't be doing all of this in my shape, in the shape I'm in. So you could have teased that a little bit. I don't see how it's a huge revelation anyways. And it really doesn't change the scenario that I talked about in a previous recording, where if all of humankind...
We energize us and we shall impart our knowledge.
Like it's the same scenario. One child, it doesn't restore humanity. There has to be other humans around for that to work. There's a thing called inbreeding, and you can't even get as far as inbreeding if you only have one child. So it looks like what we're going to do is we're going to get the yellow, and perhaps with yellow we're going to make some staircases as a concept. So they had you collect the yellow really late in the game, and I kind of appreciate that. Still jamming your hand in the machine.
Systems override. Manipulation software upgrade detected. Infinity cubes now enabled. Unlimited module colors can now be placed.
Oh.
Go to the machine that ascends. Descend to the depths and find our core. There you shall succeed.
So now all of a sudden we just have infinite numbers of colors that we can use. Feels like they could have brought the yellow back, and then the yellow would have made a stair step anyways, or they could have limited us to a doubler at this point. I don't think the game needs to be as long as it might have been if this was just a doubler and it eventually went to an infinite amount. But yeah, you could have easily made it up to that point with just 2 reds. And a bunch of blues wouldn't have done anything, and a bunch of greens wouldn't have done anything. Maybe it's a correction, though, to be only red, green, blue, and leave the yellow out of it. We're still seeing these. And we're back to the creepy red lighting. But I don't know what you really take from this. Are we gonna start hearing Emma again? Possibly?
I'm sorry about
what we did. I'm sorry we
locked you away.
But we needed to.
We needed to protect
Ourselves. Don't you see?
This isn't you.
This is
it. This is...
Yeah. I don't know what to take from any of that. It seems pretty random. And go to the machine that ascends and descend to my core. Does that mean, am I supposed to go, like, I can't jump or anything when I'm on the elevator. So I assume I went the right way. And we're at chapter 10, Uncomfortable Truths, which tells me that there's probably a lot more gameplay here. I was thinking 12 chapters, and still feels like we might be at 12 chapters. Or maybe not. He basically had to have given me some more puzzles, though, because now that I have that capability, that would have been really annoying to not be able to use it other than to get up one wall. And now that I can paint every side, I can even get slight angles differences. I'm hearing some static, but the subtitles aren't saying anything about the static. Yeah, this feels like we may be back where we may have started at the very beginning. Maybe we're gonna run through the entire game again. That would be long. Still don't see any collectibles, really. Yeah, I still do not see any real collectibles. Well, it's been 30 minutes, so Since the chapter just started, I assume there's at least 30 more minutes of gameplay. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.